That is just money. Oh my goodness, look at how solid he is on his finish. Hey guys, Christo Garcia, My Swing Evolution. I hope you're all having a fantastic weekend. Thanksgiving's coming up. Yeah, I'm so excited. I'm going to New York to have Thanksgiving with my family, and then I'm going to Florida where we're going to have the MSE Winter Intensive on December 1st at West Chase. Yes, what a great golf course. This is going to be amazing. Now, I am taking registration now. If you're interested, you can send me an email, christo@myswingevolution.com. Got a few people signed up, got a bunch of people coming out, and this is going to be amazing. Yeah, it's going to be the first time I'm working with TrackMan. Now, at any rate, I am going to be talking about Ben Hogan's golf swing today. And specifically, I'm going to be talking about his load into his right side. Now, what you'll see is pre-accident, he had a huge lift of his left heel. Yes. And wow, he really slammed his lower body. And he said he never hit the ball better than he did before the accident. And we're going to take a look at some of the adjustments he made to his load after the accident. There's much less lift of the left heel, but he still was very dynamic with his lower body. In fact, after the accident, he's more dynamic than I am today. No accident. So at any rate, I hope you enjoy this video about Ben Hogan, and I hope you hit him long and hit him straight. All right, guys, I am so excited to go through these golf swings. These are some swings that we don't often see on YouTube. These were compiled by Jeffy10028. He's got a great site with lots of classic golf swing footage. But let's look at Ben Hogan in 1940. Man, what a golf swing. Yeah, he is really letting it rip. Now, a lot of people don't realize in the early 40s, Ben Hogan was like the leading money winner. But he was kind of like Tom Kite was, where he was placing high in all these tournaments, but he wasn't taking home the first place check very much. And he was still playing with that hook back then. But let's take a look at this golf swing right here. Now, it does look, if we look at his hands, that he's got a little bit of a stronger grip, without a doubt. I mean, that's a really strong Hogan grip. But let's watch his lead heel on his left foot. Man, that is just dynamite lower body action. That's what I'm trying to do. Now, there's another thing I'm going to point out besides his massive kick in with his left leg, like Bubba Watson or Jack Nicklaus. His hands are much higher. He's hinging the club over the shoulder. Okay, now certainly this is kind of like a long drive swing, to be honest with you. In fact, this is what I model my long drive swing after. I'm trying to do the exact same thing. Tremendous leg drive, head behind the ball, and that classic high Hogan finish. Yeah, this is one amazing looking golf swing. And again, this is the prototype for my long drive swing. High, over the shoulder, huge leg kick, and lower body drive. So wiry there. So here's another one, him ripping it in 1942. So by de-weighting that lead leg, he really gets into that right leg. And I describe it as turning into the rubber on the pitcher's mound. And then he's going to fall forward. Look at these legs. My goodness gracious. I mean, people talk about the Sam Snead squat. I see Ben Hogan as squatting and loading in a slightly different way. So his left heel is very high off the ground. Left heel plants, weight shifts. Now look at where his squat is. He's got the squat going on right here. Now this cowboy, this is what I call the cowboy. My goodness gracious. After he loads into the ground, he gets this really crazy looking curve on that left leg, that lead leg, as he drives with his lower body. And wow, the resistance. See him snap that lead leg straight. That really whips that club through the bottom. He's just crushing it. My goodness gracious. So we move forward to 1946, and we're going to take a moment here, and I'm going to draw a line on his head to show you how deep he goes into that right side. So let's watch this one more time before we do it in slow motion. Way into that right side. But as he gets here, we're going to see that head really stabilizes. So let's watch it in a little slower motion. So there I've got the line drawn right on the edge of his cap. Okay, and his grip at this point, this is post-World War II after he's changed his grip. So we're going to see him load off the ball into his right side. Now he's turning deep into that right leg. Now one of the things that inspired me to do this video is I've been working on that drill where he puts the golf club against his right hip, and he said that he doesn't want to move off the ball. You know, again, this is one of those points of contention that so many people argue about. Ben Hogan didn't do what he said he did. These are ideas of what he was trying to feel and trying to do. But we'll see his right hip, he moves off the ball with his hips and his head, his whole structure. And then he's going to slam and fall to his left. But once he finds his spot, that head is going to stay very, very stable. Yeah, these frames right here where he starts to, essentially, for my money, once he hits Shangri-La, that's where he's turning. His head is staying completely motionless as his body rotates and he lashes at the ball. Very cool stuff. So we'll watch a couple more of these fantastic swings when he really got it going on. In this period, Ben Hogan won over 30 golf tournaments in his first 3 majors from 1946 to 1949. This was when he was really in his prime, and he believed he never hit the ball as dynamically after the accident. So these swings are really a wonder to behold. Again, look at this left heel rise. He is going to pound this ball. He lifts that left heel up, left knee in towards the right, and then that dynamite body shift and planting that lead heel. Still head behind the ball and the familiar Hogan lash, where his post-impact work is better than anybody in history. He's still working. That's my point. The left side keeps clearing, the right side is blasting through, and the evidence is that club is still moving so much, and then he just chills out when he gets to the top. So let's take a look at the post-accident golf swing after this magnificent drive. So let's take a look at the post-accident golf swing. This is the year after, and he won the U.S. Open. We can clearly see that the footwork is much less dynamic. That left heel is barely moving at all. He's still loading into his right side. We're going to see this very clearly. I want to make this abundantly clear. You know, I've got that line on his right side. He's going to load into that right leg a ton. So we can look and see his right hip is a couple inches off the line. We're going to watch. He would have tipped over that golf club. So he is moving and loading into that right side. Now he's going to rotate around that leg like it's a post, and the hip starts to move back behind him. And we're going to see that his left heel is not going to rise in relation even close to what it did before. It still comes up. He still de-weights and has a slight move into that left heel, but this swing is much more subdued. In some respects, I think that Mr. Hogan might have become even more precise after the accident, because everybody likes to swing hard and smash it, but he almost had to build governors into his swing. And now this is just an absolutely beautiful golf swing. He's still playing amazing golf. It's just that his putting had started to leave him as his left eye started to go blind. But let's watch the left leg, the left heel first. There's that slight roll to the inside, and he does lift the heel. But he is definitely loading into that right side when he takes the weight off of that left leg. Now watch, he's not loading the club over the shoulder, higher than the shoulder like he did in those earlier golf swings. He's swinging more around his shoulder here, you'll notice. So everything's in much more control. Once he plants that foot, that's going to start to shallow the club. And then he starts to work it around underneath him. Gosh, his clearance is so perfect. Yeah, let's watch that one more time. He's just the best swinger of the golf club I've ever seen. Let's go to 1957. Now this is a great swing that's not seen very often. That is just money. Oh my goodness, look at how solid he is on his finish. That left foot is just planted. My goodness gracious, this is the hawk. Now, one thing I want to point out here is look at his right arm. In Power Golf, he said he wanted his right arm under his left arm. As he got later in his career, man, his body started to open, that right arm raised up. You know, it's just totally different. But look at this beautiful action as he pivots into that right leg, de-weights the left leg, that left knee kicking in, crucial in my work. And then as the body shift happens, that weight goes into that left heel. We get the cowboy after the squat. And he just smashes it. But look at how solid that left side is. And Snead's just watching like, wow, man, he just ripped it. So that is Mr. Hogan, my goodness, from 1940 to 1958. And it's quite an evolution. And he's the original swing evolution, I'll tell you. So I hope this helps you out. And I hope you hit him long and hit him straight. Hey guys, so let's cut to the chase. Here's my old golf swing. And here's my new golf swing. Five years ago, I started a YouTube channel, and I wanted to improve my golf swing by using Ben Hogan's 5 lessons. Well, guess what? It worked. And along the way, I picked up over 8 million views on YouTube, and I learned how to shoot under par. Unbelievable, right? Well, the great news is I have a brand new instructional video called The Hogan Code. In this video, I break down everything that I learned over my long journey to learn to swing like Ben Hogan. And now you can learn the very same techniques that I used to become the golfer I always wanted to be.